U.S. President Trump said he would impose reciprocal tariffs, and he stated that on February 12th, that on every country that charges us, we are going to charge them duties for U.S. imports. In a move that ratchets up fears of the widening global trade war and threatens to accelerate U.S. inflation, we'll see how this all unfolds, he has stood behind his word in leveling out the playing field. In addition, President Trump announced his plans to impose new tariffs on automobiles, set to take into effect around April 2nd. Now, the mainstream media is screaming, but is this the real deal? Well, President Trump said he would unveil new tariffs on automobiles, adding to a wave of import levies as he seeks to remake global trade relations and pressure companies to move production back to the U.S. because they've moved them elsewhere. I'll tell you what to expect, but first I want to remind you to like this video and subscribe to the channel to keep up with what's going on in the automotive world. President Trump promised he was going to raise tariffs to 25% on March 12th, and that was on all imported steel and aluminum. Then 25% on all imported cars around April 2nd. While he's been threatening to put higher tariffs on cars from Canada and Mexico, he's now going to be targeting imports from Europe, Japan, and South Korea as well. Volkswagen, Hyundai, Kia, Mercedes, Nissan, and BMW have the highest percentage of imported vehicles, so they'd be impacted the most. But it would hit all automakers hard. Imports account for nearly half of all the vehicles sold in the U.S., with most of them coming from Mexico, South Korea, and Japan. According to the data from Global Data, automakers such as Volkswagen, Hyundai, and Kia rely heavily on overseas production, with 80% and 65% of their U.S. sales coming from imports respectively. While the president did not provide details on the scope or rates of the potential tariffs, the move aligns with the broader trade strategy to encourage domestic production and reshape global trade relations. This latest announcement follows a series of escalated tariffs across multiple industries, including steel, aluminum, and semiconductors. Trump's trade policies have targeted both rivals and allies, pushing for reciprocal trades on countries that impose import taxes on U.S. goods. These reciprocal tariffs are distinctive from the automotive-specific levies, but signal a widened effort to restructure trade agreements. The potential impact on vehicles manufactured under the U.S.-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA, remains uncertain since President Trump put it together to begin with. North America's auto industry is built on deeply interconnected supply chains, and many disruptions could result in higher costs for manufacturing and for consumers, but that's yet to be seen. Tariffs on automotive imports could lead to price increases, affect production timelines, and complicate long-standing trade relations between the three countries. The U.S. imports $240 billion worth of vehicles every year. A 25% tariff on this means that the Customs and Border Protection Agency would collect $60 billion as goods cross the border and hand the money over to the U.S. Treasury, which could help reduce some of our debt. But it also means that overall car prices could go up by $60 billion. Now, per car, obviously, and you divide that out, it could be anywhere from $1,000 or more, depending upon where the vehicle is made. And make no mistake about it, the domestic manufacturers would raise their prices to pretty much match that. They're not going to swallow that different cost. They're going to pass it along to us. This is where things get interesting because the U.S. already imposes a tariff of 2.5% on cars imported from Europe. Well, Europe imposes a 10% import tariff on cars imported from the U.S. In other words, the European tariff is 4 times higher, and the U.S. also has a 25% tariff on pickup trucks. But Europe rarely gets pickup trucks. That's not really their thing. It's more cars. However, where is it going to get tricky? Well, Europe also has imposed a value-added tax, or VAT, on all of their products sold in Europe, but not if the products are exported. It's really a tax policy designed to boost exports and hurt imports. Japan and South Korea use a value-added tax as well, so President Trump says he's going to include those VATs to figure out how high the tariffs should be on those cars. That could come from other countries. This could be very interesting when the numbers finally come down to the final numbers, which we'll be getting very soon. Germany has a 19% value-added tax, and South Korea has a 10%, and Japan has a 20%. So this is going to make the numbers all over the road, but it should be interesting to see if they drop those tariffs. Maybe. We'll see how the pressure goes. But Trump says he'll lower his tariffs if other countries cut theirs and remove their trade barriers, which is probably what's going to end up happening in the end. So one thing is for sure, this story is far from over, and President Trump's aggressive tariffs is a bold step in his administration's broader strategy to address perceived imbalances in international trade. Although the administration aims to protect domestic industries and create a more favorable trade environment for U.S. exports, these aggressive measures could lead to tensions in the key trading partners and have significant implications for the global economy. I think we're going to see them lower some of those trade tariffs, but we shall see. But the goal is to bring back auto production to the U.S. and balance out the fees for imports and exports, as the U.S. has been taken advantage of for decades, and that's about to change. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this, and check out our car review channel, Car Smarts. You can support me by buying me a cup of coffee, and if you want even more content, check out the links in the description. I'm Lauren Fix. Thank you so much for watching.